degrees, 28 the forecast on Sunday. Over in the west, we have sunny skies right across the board. Perth heading for a top of 32 degrees. We'll see conditions really heating up across the southwest. Bunbury set to hit a top of 33 degrees on Sunday. Also 33 for you in Fremantle and 37 degrees the maximum in Perth. For our northern tropical regions, we have storms on the forecast across the weekend in Darwin, the chance of a shower or two in Cairns. Light showers on the forecast for Townsville and Mackay, but it will be staying dry for you in Rockhampton with a maximum temperature of 31 degrees.
We'll look at the rain forecast for this week. Let's first recap what's happened over the last week, where we saw Penny make landfall just on New Year's Day across far northern parts of Queensland tropics, and it brought this sort of weather. Some gales to the coast, storm surge, heavy rain. Back in the last week, widespread totals in excess of 200 millimeters has fallen north of around the Lockhart River area. But a final flood watch has been issued for the North Cape York Peninsula catchments in Queensland. You can see that red shading over there indicating the rain. In the southeast, we've had scattered showers and storm, isolated heavy totals, and hailstorms as well for parts of the Blue Mountains and southern highlands of New South Wales. Now, we have more intense showers and storms on Saturday for southeast New South Wales, including around potentially Sydney, Wollongong, the Bowral areas, and that'll tend more to showers as we get into about Sunday and Monday, just on the coastal fringe. Now, we'll keep a close eye on Penny, because Penny looks like it'll bounce right back towards the Queensland coast. That's the model consensus at the moment, but there's still a lot of uncertainty with that. Now, if it moves back towards the coast, it could retain its strength as a cyclone or gradually diminish itself and turn into a tropical low, and then potentially make landfall sometime mid-next week, anywhere really from North Tropical Queensland to parts of the central coast of Queensland, and bring with it heavy rainfall. Now, every single time I look at this weather model, it's doing something different with Penny. There's a lot going on here, and there's a lot of dynamic variables with Penny. It's interacting with several features: the monsoon trough, potential cyclone near Fiji, and an upper ridge over the Coral Sea. So with that, there's a lot of uncertainty. Let's take a look how the rain is forecast at the moment. We can see isolated totals on Saturday for parts of the Snowy Mountains, the southern highlands, in excess of 20 to 40 millimeters with storms and rain. We can even see some of those totals in places like Sydney and the Hunter region, but it'll be fast-moving thunderstorms through there. Of course, tropical storms are set to continue on Saturday. Tending to showers on Sunday, maybe totals between about 1 to 10 millimeters on the coastal fringe, maybe the splash of rain on the Great Dividing Range. For the Queensland tropics, still seeing showers and storms, but dry for the rest of Australia. Still seeing those isolated showers, eastern New South Wales, and they're getting potentially heavier depending on the track of Penny, maybe on Tuesday, but there's a lot of model uncertainty where that's going to be heaviest over parts of eastern Queensland. Maybe it'll make landfall Wednesday-ish across parts of Queensland, and with it, it'll bring some very heavy rainfall. So that's why we have this rainfall forecast for northern tropical Queensland. If it does make landfall Penny, it'll bring hundreds of millimeters of rain, potential flooding, and storm surge. On Friday, several fires became out of control in Tasmania and Victoria combined. This was in Hobart. This is smoke plume from a fire that's approximately 15,000 hectares in size in a national forest in the Southwest District. A smoke alert was issued for Hobart due to the extent of this smoke plume that moved over. Thankfully, during the afternoon and evening, this fire was downgraded to an advice. Other fires in Victoria weren't so lucky. We still had a number of fires raging out of control on Friday evening. It's a dry region that's under a drought, and we've seen some very hot temperatures, the hottest in 5 to 9 years for some areas like Melbourne and also Mildura and the state's north. This area of New South Wales is also prone to bushfires as well. Notice how brown and green that vegetation is. Very little rain in the last week there as well, excluding for isolated heavy totals in showers and storms, but not enough to soak the ground and sort of inhibit those fires from spreading too much. On Saturday, we're going to continue to see hot temperatures in New South Wales ahead of a southerly change later in the day. We have very high fire danger for the greater Sydney region, the greater Hunter region, and down to the ACT area and up to the northwest slopes. In these conditions, fires can spread quickly, so you need to know what you're going to be doing in the event of a major bushfire near you. As we go further ahead into Sunday, southerlies then develop across New South Wales and parts of southern Queensland, cooling the temperature, and though it's gusty in some areas, it'll cause fire danger to be elevated, but that heat wave is over, and you can see fire danger drops to the east or low, moderate, or high. However, for the west, we're going to see fire danger rise over the next few days with a series of hot days ahead, including you in Perth. 3 to 4 consecutive days above 35 degrees could be your hottest spell so far this summer, and as a result, we'll also see that bushfire danger elevated to very high levels in some regions. Cyclone Penny continues to brew away in the Coral Sea over 1,000 kilometers away from the coast of Townsville. But there is a question of whether or not it will turn back towards the Queensland coast over the weekend and make landfall sometime next week, potentially as a cyclone. Julia Bradley, Sky News Townsville reporter, has more.
While conditions are fine in Townsville, North and far north Queensland could cop a drenching in the coming days. Penny remains a Category 2 system in the Coral Sea, 1,000 kilometres east of Townsville. It's expected to slow down and move in a westerly direction towards the Queensland coast over the weekend. There is still a lot of uncertainty around Penny's path, with the Bureau of Meteorology saying it could hit as far north as Cooktown and as far south as Rockhampton. While its intensity is expected to drop, there is always a possibility the system could maintain its strength. Depending on Penny's track, hundreds of millimetres could fall on already relatively wet catchments in tropical Queensland, bringing the risk of further river flooding and flash flooding. Areas near the coast could also experience higher than normal tides due to storm surge and gale force winds. Julia Bradley, Sky News, Townsville.
You come along when you did, Mary Poppins. Nominated for 4 Golden Globes. The holiday event that happens once in a generation.
It is wonderful to see you. Do you really think so?
Disney's Mary Poppins returns in cinemas now.